There must be confidence in any situation. There must be courage. There must be only that. No matter what happens in life, there are many lessons that we can learn. That is why there is always something to learn in everything that happens to us in this life. There is a very popular story about this. There is a story about a donkey and a man. Let's listen to that story. So once upon a time there was a donkey. This donkey was walking through the forest. While he was walking, he fell into a hole. It was like an abandoned well in the middle of the forest, but there was no water in it. The donkey fell into the bottom and had no way to get out and got into a lot of trouble. Then he started shouting as loudly as he could. He started shouting to get someone's attention. Someone heard the sound of this donkey shouting. A certain farmer who knew something. He came to the pit and looked in. When he saw a donkey falling into the pit, he was angry with the farmer. The farmer was very angry with the donkey because it had broken into his farm and was destroying it. Therefore, instead of saving the donkey, the farmer thought that he would let it die in the pit. He had a shovel in his hand. He took the shovel and filled the pit, and the pit was closed to one side. On the other hand, he thought that the donkey would die. So, my friend, thinking like that, this farmer took the soil that was around him and put it in the soil with the shovel in his hand. He thought that the donkey would die at the bottom of the pit. Also, when you do such bad things, karma always pays off. In this story, the same thing happened, because when the farmer put soil in the pit, the donkey realized that instead of saving him, he was trying to kill him by putting soil in the pit. He started to give him death threats even louder than before. After making such noise, the donkey laughed. The farmer kept asking the donkey to come. The donkey, realizing the happiness that was about to happen, threw away the soil that fell on his back. The farmer wondered why the donkey was silent. The farmer kept adding soil to the holes, my friend. This farmer did not understand this. That is, when soil is added in this way, intelligence develops in the hole. This farmer did not know that wisdom improves. He did not make noise like before, but instead he shook the soil he put on his body, and gradually the soil came up from the pile. My friend, this soil is as much as it is in these holes. The hole also came up step by step. A good lesson for life. When something goes wrong, when a disaster occurs, it is a very wise thing to do something without complaining. Most people do it by complaining and blaming someone. Dear friends, consider this matter. It happened in a life and death struggle. If you can do something like this donkey did without complaining, great and miraculous things will happen to you in life. In this way, the donkey threw the soil away, shaking its body. Little by little, the hole was filled. The farmer does not know this. He was throwing the soil with a shovel. The farmer thought that he must have sunk into the ground. The donkey, without any complaints, braying or crying, picked up the soil that fell on its body and climbed up inch by inch. Little by little, the donkey approached the donkey's mouth. The farmer continued his work without knowing anything about this. The farmer was a bad man who did not pay attention to the things around him and was a very bad man who was planning to kill the helpless donkey. Meanwhile, the wise donkey continued his duty without complaining. After a while, he came close to the donkey's mouth, jumped out of its mouth, and before being freed, he went to the farmer and bit the farmer's backside. I will teach you a few lessons from this story. The first thing we learned was that we should not be evil. Another valuable lesson in this story is the way the donkey behaved. No matter what happens in life, whether it's a crisis, a problem, a disaster, a disappointment, whatever happens, if we don't cry and do nothing, this little guy will have to die buried in the ground at the bottom of the pit. In every disaster, there are things we can do, and we invite you to see solutions to problems differently.